So, welcome to this interview. I have a wonderful guest, Netanel Goldberg.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Could you introduce yourself? Who are you?
Um, hmm. If it's okay for you, before I introduce myself, if we take just like a minute as a together, as a pose, as a small prayer, that even this interview and this sharing conversation will bring within it um, comfort and healing and support to whoever needs today. If someone is going through, I don't know, it could be a disease, it could be war, suffering from there's so many things happening now in the world. So if we can take together, me and you, just like a pose of each one with himself, quiet, silence, and then we dive into the interview. Is it okay for you?
It's all right. I love it.
Okay. 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 Mm. May our words come from an honest heart. May the words be simple, simplicity from both of us. And may we bring meaningful to be words, poems, conversations that can really um, benefit the hearts of the world. Mm. Ah, okay.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Thank you for jumping into the lake with me.
I like to swim.
Now it's a bit cold, but
It wakes up
still,
cold.
for someone who comes from the Mediterranean area, it's a bit cold now. But
I see.
yeah. So, who am I? That's the question. Yeah. My name is Netanel Goldberg. Um, Raised and born in Israel. Um, my parents are American and Canadian, so it's my second tongue language. And I come from a family of prayer leaders called cantors. Cantor is the meaning for prayer leaders in the synagogue. Um, and I'm like, that's my tree that I come from, and I'm one branch from that tree. And I find my own direction of prayer in that. And I love to pray, I love to sing, but the religious life that I grow into, I didn't connect to it at all, and I dislike synagogues or churches or every kind of putting the divine or the God inside a box. Um, and for that, I just slowly, I created the spaces in my life that I can pray and I feel connected to, like alternative spaces outside, outdoors, that the prayer could be transcend, manifested in many other ways of life. beyond religion, beyond faith, beyond sex. Just that everyone, every person, whoever he is, she is, can come together and sing and pray and connect. Even though prayer, in a way, it's connected to religion life. I love this word, and for me, it's really my way. So I do this for 17 years in many different directions. While at the same time, I also bring a lot of spaces of just improvising and taking people into journeys, mainly meeting themselves. I just bring what I experienced in my life as a child, as a grown man, and I bring it to spaces of this healing spaces, simple spaces. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, music can be so much. It's simple, a wave, and still has something deeper. What's the deeper connection with the music you have?
In a way, it's like what a tree has with the earth and with all the shreds and his roots that he already broke apart, but he's still connected to them. So it's like, for me, it's the milk I drink. And for that, I give thanks for my parents and my grandparents. So I'm still drinking their milk. Okay. So it's like I'm continuing a legacy from back. This is one connection that I feel into it. It's a present I received. I'm still learning it. It's not that I have some like it's a big question you asked me, and in a way I'm bowing to this present as to, hey, thank you for giving me this, and I'm still learning this, but I can share what I see and feel, and I recognize that what the music, why did it come to me, or I don't know if you ask that or not, but I will take it from you and I'll say it. For me, the music is really a frequency that goes beyond all definitions. It's like this golden string that could go beyond every border, wall, box, from a heart to a heart. It's beyond the mind. It just goes from a heart to a heart. And when we go from a heart to a heart, we see the oneness that everything is connected to. If we go to the mind, we start to, hey, what's your religion? You're a Jew or a Muslim or a Christian or a Buddhist, and then I have a story, and then all the time separation, already separation starts. But if I go from the heart to the heart, I see only a heart, and then healing occurs. And if we let ourselves really drop into the heart space of music, all the borders automatically just fall apart. And the mind can't take it, doesn't know what to do with it. That's my connection to music and to the divine and soul connection with the music. Really, I feel at home when I do music. I feel that I belong somewhere. Yeah.
So you say you create a story. And I guess so. I feel it's like a story always from the moment. It's not the story, or I don't know, maybe you correct me. Maybe also a story you talk maybe from the past or from the future, or maybe it's both. And when you start the story, like a concert, there is already a lot of waves inside somebody. Huh? It's like this feeling of, wow, now it starts, it's vibration, like fire in the heart. And this fire, I guess you transport also in the story, isn't it?
I work with what there is in the moment, even if it's a song that I wrote 10 years ago. It will be just two banks for the story that wants to come now. It could be an emotional story. I'm not sure that story, maybe story is not the right definition, but sharing what there is, maybe that will be more. Because
Mm.
stories, we have many stories. But bringing into present what there is in the present moment.
Mm.
Emotionally, what I'm going through, what I see someone is going through in the space. It could be a thought that comes to me, an idea that I just share it through me. And a story starts to weave itself. And what I learned, and I'm learning all the time, that we're not alone in our story, in our experience. Maybe I feel now today that I'm lonely. I wake up and I'm lonely and I'm the only one in the world. I see everyone on the beach enjoying and they're probably, wow, they're connected and wow. And I'm going inside this talking loneliness until I meet someone or a few people and I share, hey, how you doing? And they're trying to share, I'm alone and I'm alone. And I believe that when I sing something that I get in the moment, many people are connected to it as well. So it's a frequency that is like a surfing in the space together.
Mm.
And I'm just catching it and taking it somewhere and leaving it out again.
Mm.
Uh, Stories come and stories go all the time.
Mm. Maybe the story, it's the process for the heal. And like a wave, I go to my own story.
Yeah.
And this story, it's a part of my life, of my unique being.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the word you say, alone, all and on. And yeah, and it's always a journey about yourself. When
But I
you,
think, but I
yes.
think if I can, I think that one of the beauty things that are happening in the space that each one has a story. Okay, we live in a world. We see it in the houses how people live. They put a house and they put borders and they put concrete and they close themselves. Maybe for many reasons, not afraid from life, afraid from thieves, afraid security zone. But it happens to us also in our inner zones. Something, a wave is coming to us and it's normal. In a way, it's human. When we're used to it, we shut the doors and we'll deal with it alone, or we'll suppress it, or we'll do something with it, try to solve it. But in spaces like this, there's a lot of allowance to share, not as a full story, unless it's a workshop and then we dive or a retreat, but in a concert or in a ceremony, there's a big, big, big allowance of dropping these walls, or, I'll say it differently, being with your walls, okay? Just be as you are in the space. And then slowly we see that we're not alone here. It's a community or a ship on these crazy waves. So there's many stories, but if I see it from above, in a way, it looks like the same story in different packages, in a way. And then we're not alone. We're doing it together here. Mm. And just this, as recognizing and acknowledging that we're not alone, it's a big shift for many, many people, for me as well. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's one of your special skills, the connection to the people, to your family. I guess the first connection is always to our parents, or maybe something deeper, who knows? But yeah, how you learned the connection, or how did you see the connection by your parents, which presence gives you to you with the connection?
Very interesting question. So many times I put my parents inside the boxing ring, until a few years ago. I think because I grew up in an Orthodox family within a small commune, like a kibbutz, if maybe you heard about this name or not. It's a social way of living in the 50s and 40s. I think even in Germany, there were like these a bit. And also the religious life and the commune. And it's, for me, for a person like me, it was very condensed. And I had to really fight for my recognition about myself. So the people in between me and, let's say, the society was my parents. So my parents, they were the ones who had to get my rebellion. But I'm very connected to them. So for many, 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 many years, I'm talking 30 years, I was really boxing them, boxing religion, even boxing God. And I think when my father, he passed away already 3 years ago. In 2 weeks, it will be like 3 years. Maybe 2 years before he passed away, with old people, they start to be sensitive, and we're on the edge, and new connections start to occur. And there started something new to happen with the connection between me and my father. I'm saying here my father, he was like the dominant in the family. And when he passed away, the automatic happens inside grief and loss is to try to grasp, find all the roots, unless otherwise I will just fall inside the abyss, emptiness of loss. And unfortunately, only when I don't know if it's a general, but when we lose, then we know how much we love, or we know how much we lost. And then we start to walk towards it again, to the roots and to this connection. And it's very, very interesting. Today, I live outside of Israel for a long time, and the connection with my mother is super strong. Never it was like that. We share feelings, emotions. We really go deep because I understand this preciousness of loss. And more interesting, I don't know if more interesting, a month or 2 months ago, my uncle passed away. And my uncle was one of the really amazing prayer leader, really touching. And I sat on the beach in Bali when they told me, and I started to cry and I wrote him a letter. And that was the moment that I really felt my connection to my ancestors. Before that, I didn't feel it. I boxed it for many, many years. I felt this connection, but as a very thin line. I will create my own things. I will do my own things like I'm a separate me from them. But when he passed away, something else happened to me, and I really felt that I'm part of a tree. I have my own branch, but the roots, I'm connected to something much deeper, much wider, and I'm not alone. I'm just continuing something in my own way. So it's not only to my parents, but to all my legacy, all my ancestors. In a way, it's new for me, this connection to my past and not wanting to fight them, but to accept the tree I am. Yeah.
Today, if I'm right, you're also father?
No,
Not yet. Okay.
no, but it's interesting. Many people think I'm a father.
Oh, interesting.
Many, 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 all the time asking me. But
Mm,
I'm a good parent to myself and
mm.
to the music and to my wife as well.
But maybe we can see this also in a different quality, like a father quality,
Mhm.
who are just a feeling,
Mhm.
there connects.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's maybe something you get from your father, but you can share to other.
Wow, a lot.
Mm,
My father is wow, what a man. One of the biggest, a poet and an actor and a teacher. And what I got for him a lot is the presence,
mm,
and it's the possibility and the skill to connect with people,
mm,
to connect all the people in the room. It's like something that I give to him in a
mm,
way that he taught me. And still I'm learning from him how to, he was all the time saying to me, one time he told me in a dream,
mm,
he told me, Tani, that's my nickname, ease, ease. Like, take it easy. Everything is fine. And this is something that after I'm still, that's one of my big learnings still from him. He could be super serious in the same time, super chilled.
mm,
And he's an amazing poet and I write a lot. So I get from him a lot, for sure.
mm.
Yeah.
Nice. Sounds like you grew up in a very creative family.
Yes. Yeah.
So one part, how you express the creativity, I guess, is the music.
Mhm.
You have some other creative moments where you like to be creative.
Many. I love dancing. Um, I write a lot. In a way, the writing is for me is one of the it releases my chambers, what I can't express through these two lips, what's going on through. I go into writing a lot, a lot. I'm a very imagination person. Like my antennas are. I'm all the time. It's like I have birds inside my head. There's a Hebrew song that says, "I have birds in my head." As this creativity all the time, my mind is full on creative about writing a book, writing poems, dancing, thinking of new ideas, new projects that want to come. A lot comes from nature. Maybe 90% of my inspiration comes from nature. Um, I'm creative as being a partner.
Mm,
That's a lot of creativity, being a partner.
mm.
Yeah.
How you connect to the nature? What's your way of connection?
I come to her without expectations. to get something from her. I will call her her nature. I don't know if it's a her, him, but it will be a her. If I can, I will walk barefoot, and I will just observe as letting her. When there's two ways I can go inside, dive into a lake. One, I can go into a lake and I could say, it's cold. Shall I go inside? I won't go. What shall I get for it? Maybe I'll be sick after. And the other option is to think about the lake. What is she thinking? Maybe she wants to be dived by me, not me by being diving by her. And then I don't think about myself and I just, you know what? I'll give you my present. And I just go inside the lake or the ocean. Just walking and letting her do her thing, you know, uh, as much as I can. She's the big teacher.
Mm.
There's a children's song in Hebrew that says the translation it will be, "What did you do in the garden? No, what did you learn in the garden, my sweet little child, today?" In a way, it's beautiful because we walk into the garden. When I say garden, I mean nature, and we just observe and we see, hey, what can we learn today from nature? Because we're not different than her. We just went far away from nature for many years ago. That's all. And I just come to her open. Yeah. I'm not all the time succeeding to come only open. I come with a phone sometimes and I think about the future, but it is what it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feeling I know sometimes between disconnection and connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I live here in Switzerland and we had for a long time no sun,
Mm,
but the sun is always here. But you really appreciate when the sun comes back.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's maybe also part of the natural part, connection, or the wish of connection is when it's not anymore here, like you said with the father.
But something is here. That's the trick here. Because we are expecting that only when the sun is here, it's here. But when the clouds are here, nothing is here. But if we connect to the clouds in that moment, or we connect to what there is in the moment, even if it's uncomfortable, because I think this is the main topic of, I don't know if to say about life. Life is big, but the main topic of connect, we used to connect to the sun. That's beautiful. But how can we connect to the unconnectable? Or how can we connect to the painful places or to the places that we wish not to see or not to be? That's the big question.
That's a big question. And that's the out of the comfort zone where it's also the highest energy potential.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Yeah,
hurts
it
sometimes.
hurts.
Mm.
But we live in a society that for many, many, many years, we didn't get tools
Mm.
how to rest within these places.
Mm. Yeah.
And we're just running away from them for many years. And
Mm.
we have to gain these tools again to rest
Mm.
within these as well. These down things, these cloud things will, if we can rest there, we can rest into joy.
Mm.
Not other ways, not other way around.
Mm. Yeah, because of the technology, we created a life of comfort. And we are all the time in a war with the discomfort.
Yeah.
How you make peace?
I meet it. I do peace with all the pieces. You know, it's like sitting in a fireplace, and I'm inviting to my fireplace all these voices within me, all these feelings within me to sit around the fire with me. I don't exclude someone, even if he's really annoying and even if it's really painful. I see it as a character, or let's say I see it as a child that wants to be loved and seen. What I see now is anger or violence or pain, yeah? But if we go back again to the beginning and we go to the heart and heart place, so I see a heart in front of me in a form of anger. And this heart is just asking to be loved as he is. And we sit all together and I start to listen to them. And I create within myself a wider space, container, but a loving one that is also seeing myself. And I see all these characters, all these voices. And I start to do one by one. Something is triggering me. Someone who came to the fire is triggering me. I don't blame, I don't box it. I meet it within myself. Where do I feel it inside me? In my solar plexus, in my belly. That's the areas, chest, all these areas usually were the places that we really feel these rocks within. And I start to meet them, to meet this pain, and to cry it, to shake it, to host it. What does a child that is not seen or loved or even is thrown out of the house does? Bangs the house, jumps through the window. He will get the full intention that he wants or deserves from the parent. Until me, myself, I will meet all of these reflections, mirrors within me. Everything that I didn't process in my life or didn't been acknowledged in my life, if I don't do work to acknowledge them, I will continue shooting them on someone else just for not meeting my own pain. So you're asking how to make peace is to sit and listen to all the things that are triggering me within. And when I do it to myself, I can see someone outside. If he still triggers me, it means I have something to do with it myself. Until even the enemy outside I can contain her or him inside my own heart. But it's not like this. Peace is not something, from my perspective, peace is not something that will come from outside. It's a result of deep, honest work with our pieces inside. And it's work to do. Mm-hmm. Slowly, slowly, one by one. And hopefully before we vanish from here, our heart will be more peaceful. And then peace will just resonate outside of us. Yeah.
So as I get this, like the stillness and the observer, the powerful tool to get peace.
Observer, but also being the one, like to live the thing and also observe yourself being the thing. It's not just I'm meditating and I'm observing things coming and going. No. It's experiencing, it's shaking it out, it's crying it out, it's shouting it out, whatever, to experience life as to really let this transform ourselves. It's not just meeting someone, shaking hand, hey, hello, grief, or hello, shame. It's really letting the shame come to the surface. Inside me, the ocean I am, come inside me and let it come to the surface. And when you feel recognized, hey, I feel you, I hear you, many stories come to my mind, many experiences from my past come. And then it could, because when someone is really feeling loved and recognized, you can leave the door open and he can choose when he wants to come or go. You don't have to shut the door for him. And then you're in peace, because then you don't have to lock your door from fear. You can trust, and he can trust you.
Yeah, the trust is one of the important quality. I meet them always in different ways.
Yeah.
And also still learning and experience. Yeah, and what you say, to let or just feel, it's maybe the first part for the healing process.
I'm thinking about, I'm with you in that totally. I'm bringing something forward for this. So many wars are happening now in my homeland, neighbors, all over, many, many places. And what's the way to make peace with a person? So I can say opposite, and I could say, I don't trust these people, they're enemies, but I never met them. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about people now that really met face to face someone who come to kill you. It's a different story. It's the place of survival mode comes outside, and it's a different story. But let's say about the second, how do you say, the second ripple or the third, that people are telling us stories. We learn about history that they are my enemies. He's my enemies, blah, blah, blah. Half a year ago, I met in Germany a guy from Syria. And I was taught as a child that Arabs are my enemy. And when I came there, I knew that he's from Syria, and we kept distance. Now, I didn't know that he doesn't know that I'm Israeli. I thought he knows, and I kept a distance from him, from my own fear, from my own that he will know now there's a war, many, many things. And then we sat next to the fire and we started to talk. And I asked him, can you share with me your family? How was it in Syria? And why did you have to leave? And then I shared with him that I'm from Israel. He was in shock. And I saw inside his face that something is starting to melt. And we started to share our experiences. He told me that he grew up, that I'm his fully enemy, and we're very bad people. But it was a story that he's been told. And that's a story I've been told, but I never met. So until we don't meet, and in a way, governments don't want us to meet because they want to continue this separation in a way. Even the word government is too big, but many people don't want it because it's maybe financial, it's good, I don't know, but we must meet. We must share our stories, our honest stories, cry together, laugh together. And when we do that, this connection starts. There it starts. If the trust that we're talking about starts, because if you feel to cry next to me and I feel to cry next to you, you shared your story, I shared my story, and we're in a way letting our hearts be cracked together, there will not be war between me and you. Something else will happen. But many people are afraid of this meeting of pain because it's so much inside. Who will I be vanished? Who will I be a cracked open heart? But if we have a safe zone, a loving container, it will give birth to trust. Trust between me and my emotions and between us as human beings. And then something new will start to happen in the world. And it's happening all the time. And just, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the story. I like the way of connection with the enemy, and on the
Mhm.
end find it's maybe the deeper connection that we thought. You always connect with people since you do concert, isn't it? And it's like big group of people of so many different nations and colors and um, yeah, beings. This connection with the music, it's maybe also a language everybody understands.
Yeah, it goes beyond, again, beyond the boxes, beyond the language. It's a frequency. That's all. It's not.
Mm. So
You
simple.
can't close it. Huh?
So simple.
Yeah, it is.
It is if we let. Mm.
Look, we don't know, we don't have a clue how it touches and who and when and what will be the influence from it.
Mm.
Even if I see someone that I think that it is not touched, well, how do I know? Maybe there's many layers and it touches like there's many, and it touches one of it,
Mm.
and not yet until the heart, but started something. The
Mm.
first armor is melted, but we don't see it yet, or we don't sense it yet. We don't know.
When you make a concert, do you see the people's face, how they melt?
Sometimes, yeah. The tears melt them a lot.
Mm.
Um, I sense the people. I feel them. I feel me,
Mm.
and we're connected.
Mm.
So
Mm. How many years you giving concert?
around 17 years.
70 years. So he was also traveling a lot to giving a lot of concerts. So you're like very international.
Say that.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
maybe like Israel, Europe, United States.
Mm.
Now a bit the area of the East area, like Bali, Island, opened.
Mm.
Um,
Mm. And
everyone
every
deserves.
country has a different
Huh?
way of connection, isn't it? Mhm.
Yeah, every person has a different connection. Every country.
Mm.
Yeah. I think countries are slowly melting. We're going into a state of meeting people,
Mm.
less countries.
Mm. Right, right. Mm. Yeah. So we can also see you live when
Yeah.
should be. We're doing a festival, the Lemuria Festival, and I'm really happy to explore, to just be with you, with the
Mm.
music you create, your creation or creativity. Yeah, and maybe you have a few words, or maybe it's just something you create on the moment. However, um, yeah, in Germany. Have you been in Germany?
Many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
So it will be a very special place. We are in the forest. So
Mm.
special house, like big mountains around.
Mm.
You will love it, I'm sure. But if you know Germany, you maybe already know.
It's big.
Yeah. Do you have to the end some words for the people?
Mm. First of all, I'm very, very happy to come to this community of Lemuria. I want to say that Germany the first time I came to Germany, I felt at home. Maybe it's something from my ancestral path. So I feel when I come, I'm coming home to the people, to the vibes, to the mountains, to nature. And I'm really curious and moved inside me to meet all of you and to dive together in this field of it's a big word, love, but maybe in the field of goodness, pleasureness, in this ocean that we're creating together. But it's not something I'm bringing and you're getting. It's something that I am in a way leading, but we're creating together. Communal ceremony of letting whatever, really, whatever wants to come, whatever wants to rise is welcome. And hopefully see you soon, really.
Thank you so much, Nathaniel. I'm glad for this interview. The first meeting we have, we could say. Yeah, and for all people watching this interview, thank you for watching. And maybe see you soon.
Thank you very much for the beautiful interview and the goodness you have inside your eyes and inside your presence. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Yeah.